It don't matter. How's it going?
Oh, I am doing great,
Yeah.
Stace. Oh, Jesus.
Are you
take the wheel.
air?
Air.
God damn!
It's so hot.
It's officially summer.
It is.
I don't know if it's like
Top off, doors off, Jeep.
calendar official.
Oh, it's calendar official.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
My mom kept saying that the other day, like, it's the first day of summer, and I was like, I don't think it is, but maybe she was right.
There was like a summer solstice or something recently. I don't know. I relied on my mom to tell me all that
Oh,
stuff.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, and you know what happened there, so
Yeah, she did.
can't really ask her questions anymore. I'm like, is it summer?
I mean, we could just, like, simply Google it, but it fucking feels like summer, so
not the
there's that.
same.
It's not the
It's
same.
the same. I need that Teresa calendar.
Yeah. She's like, my summer wart is tingling.
Mother Teresa says it's summer.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful, you know? Living the dream.
yeah.
Couldn't be better.
Totally.
This weekend's the first weekend where I don't have 1,000 fucking things to do. That's all going to change the following weekend, but I'm so looking forward to it.
This weekend's my anniversary.
Are you guys going to do anything fun and exciting?
No, we're building a chicken coop.
Ooh, that is
So
fun
we're
and exciting. What do you
Probably
mean?
gonna fight.
Get the fucking chicken wire, you goddamn twat.
I said lift on your end. What the fuck are you doing?
I'll just do it myself. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Now-
So that'll be fun. It'll be a test to our relationship, which so far has been going great. Like our relationship and also the chicken coop test.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now, what year is this?
That's a really good question. 2011, technically.
So 10?
Is it 10? No, I think it was 10 last year.
Are you sure?
No, it's
We're
gotta be
in
11 because we're in
22.
22.
Wouldn't that be 10?
That would be 11.
Okay.
So you need to
Oh yeah,
add
that
one
would be 21.
more. Yeah. You got to add one more, you know?
That's how math works.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what is the 11th year material? Is it chicken wire?
I did not look.
I bet it's chicken wire.
Hopefully it's feathers or something. Chicken wire.
Oh, or like corn
Yeah, corn.
for the feed, the
like
scratch.
scratch.
Yeah.
It's just dirt. Dirt, wood, and chicken wire.
Ah,
It's
that is the 11th
anniversary.
year.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon was like, I don't have anything planned. And I was like, okay.
Good.
That's
We're-
all I need.
Build a chicken coop. It's funny when we hit like a certain age and a certain time in your relationship where like you look forward to your anniversary, so you do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to do anything today. That's my gift.
Yeah. I think it was for my birthday or Mother's Day or something. He's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to brunch? Do you want to go to dinner? Do you want to do all these things? Da, da, da. And I was like, I want you to leave.
Me alone.
Yeah. With the kids and then get dinner or something, get food and then bring it back to the house. And I want to do nothing. I don't want to change out of pajamas. I don't want to do anything. And he was like, you got it. Fucking on it. I am easy.
That
That's
is
what I
my
want.
dream.
I don't want to look at anything outside of the house.
No. Yes.
It's
Okay.
so hot in here.
Do you want to hear my goddamn since you're dying of heat stroke?
Yes. This is
We'll
gonna be
just,
a rough episode.
we're going to move it along so
Yeah.
that we don't die of heat stroke. So you actually know my goddamn, but it was this week. The boys had softball, and we actually went for once.
Hell yeah.
And we took the kids, and it was a great time. And every time there's softball, I'm always like, fuck, man, I don't want to go. I just want to chill at home and relax and do my thing and go to
Yeah.
bed. Like, ugh.
For some reason, it feels like a chore, even though you know that it's only going to take an hour.
Yeah, and every time I go, it's a blast. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I should do this every time. I actually love going to watch softball.
And you're
the
like,
kids
oh, yeah.
love it. Yeah.
The kids have fun, and also we have friends.
Yeah, and I get to see them, and I get out of the house, and it breaks up the normal day-to-day shit. Anyway, so we did that Monday. It was great. Loved it. Except for while we were there, we eventually went down and like sat down in the seats to like watch the game take place. And while I was sitting...
I was like, where's this going?
Yeah,
I
you
remember.
know. While I was sitting, I felt something on my tush, and I reached back while I was probably talking or something. It was not a cognizant, like, oh, there's something there. I just, like, reached back to touch my butt, like, what's going on there? And I stuck my hand in somebody else's motherfucking chewed up gum.
And you stuck your whole ass in somebody else's chewed up gum.
I stuck my whole ass and then proceeded to stick my hand. And I was like, what the fuck, do I have gum on my ass? And you and Armand were both like, yeah, you 100% have gum on your ass. And then
it was like melted in a huge fucking spot.
like I sat on it for a while, and
Yeah.
my ass was sweating because
It
it's hot.
soaked it in.
It's hot. And so, like, I melted somebody else's chewed up gum onto my sweaty ass.
Rehydrated their spit.
with my ass sweat onto my leggings. So it's not even like jeans or something that can stand up to the strength of a pull of a chewed up gum.
The test of time.
Yeah,
that was
no.
like one hair away from bare ass.
It literally probably seeped through the fabric to my bare ass and was sticking to my ass cheek. That might have been what got my attention. I'm not quite sure. But it was very unpleasant. And I touched it and I looked at your face as I said, is that gum? And you looked down and you looked horrified and disgusted in me that I was touching someone else's gum. And I was like, fucking all in now, man. Like, you can't go back.
On my hand.
Already touched it. And then I proceeded to pick that shit off for like the next 10 minutes trying to get all the gum off my ass with my bare hands in the time of COVID.
With like her nail and stuff too.
Yeah.
You're like scratching
Had
at it. I was
to.
like, oh, not with your nails.
What am I going to do?
I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't have a plan for you. I just didn't like where it was going. You know?
Honestly, I am the gross one. I'm sure no sane person would have tried to pick it off with their nails. But I was just like at a point of like rubbing it with tissue and baby wipes and stuff that it was like it had to come off. But it worked. I got it all off my ass.
It did work.
Just a goddamn Christmas miracle.
Did you wash those leggings yet?
Sure. They're probably in the laundry, but like...
I guess what I mean is like, can you see the mark after they've been washed?
No idea. They might be ruined forever.
Oh, son of a
But it's
bitch.
okay. I got a ton of leggings.
Yeah,
I'm just
from me.
fucking legging rich. Yeah,
I just
exactly.
got so many more. Although they're not
Exactly.
good ones. Don't get excited.
Okay, I won't.
Did I tell you my goddamn? No. So my goddamn.
Oh,
I mean, the anniversary thing is just like life, you know?
you're right. I didn't.
Yeah.
For some reason in my brain, I was like, she told me already. What is it?
Just that my cat got snipped and now he's a drunk little asshole with a fucking cone on.
And no balls.
No balls, although they're still like there. They're just, I don't know.
It's like a sack of skin.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still weird. They're still full, it feels like. Or
No.
It doesn't feel like. I didn't touch them.
Okay.
It looks like.
I had questions.
No. No.
Immediately, no.
Did not touch them. But he has
You're
a
like,
fucking
oh,
cone
these
on.
still have a little heft to them.
This is nice. And he's still trying to fucking rape my other cat. And we're,
Oh,
we're
no.
supposed to keep him like contained. She was like a small bedroom or a bathroom. And I was like, got it.
Why? So he doesn't jump a lot?
Yeah, so he doesn't rip his stitches out or whatever.
Bust a stitch.
The fucking asshole, she was like, cats can go one of two ways. They'll either be super sedated and like just want to cuddle and lay down and sleep for the next couple of days, or they're going to go fucking apeshit. And she said, and I have a feeling he's going to be the second one. And I was like, I also have that feeling. He's like Hank, where Hank almost fucking tore his stitches and shit too. Like
my
you
God.
could not keep that dog contained. That's
Hank
the same shit with this
Hank
cat.
is a disaster of
Yeah.
a dog. Like,
Yeah.
like Bull in a China shop, that's Hank just like taking a nap. Like
Yeah.
that is calm Hank. Bull in a China shop.
Yeah, yeah, and he's fucking 80 pounds of like just destructor.
He's like
Lovable,
sharp
destruction.
edges. Yeah, I don't know how to describe him. If he were a shape, it would be sharp.
He's a round, sharp object.
yes. And then Sonic.
Yeah, he's
like
the same
cat
fucking
version.
way. And so he's literally going fucking ape shit all the time. And then he has his cone, so he like tries to jump up onto the counter, and then the cone bats it, and he falls
God.
down.
Oh,
and
God.
Then he like just tries to get the cone off, so he slams it into the wall, like, get
my
this
God.
fucking thing off me. My God, it's just a shit show. I have to hold his bowl inside his cone so that he can drink.
I did that for Goober.
But he can't do it otherwise because
Yeah.
he just flips it over with the cone, or then he just starts like digging in it, and then there's just water everywhere, and then he's like, God, guess what? Now I have to pee, and he's wet, and then he gets in the litter box, and then he's fucking
Covered
clay.
in litter.
Yeah, like it just cakes to him or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I think he's legitimately
Punishing you on purpose.
not a smart cat. Yeah.
Dude, I think, what do you think Sonic thinks? Like, poor Sonic is like, what the fuck have they done to me? Get this cone off of me, bitch. Stop holding my water.
Yeah,
Get free
probably.
me. Do you see all this kitty litter all over me?
It's like, I fucking hate this shit. Yeah, and then I have to drug him up, and then as soon as that happens, he just gets drunk, it looks like. And so he's like rolling over onto the fucking walls and shit. And then he's like, oh yeah, cone's here, and still tries to get it off. It's a nightmare.
How
It's a
long
nightmare.
does this have to go on for?
14 days.
Holy shit. What number are we on?
2.
Captain's log day 2.
Captain's log, technically it's day 1 because I picked him up yesterday.
Oh, God.
So
You're in for it. It'll get better, though, right?
I hope so.
Oh, God.
Or I'll just be like, you know what? He's probably fine.
I have to do that with Chip soon.
Yeah.
Although they say, like, my vet was like, look into it because some people think that there's benefits, like waiting for the dog's first period. And I'm like,
I don't really want to go through a dog period.
yeah, not to make anybody hate me because they probably know it. I did not look into it, but I'm probably going to get her fixed before that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to walk around with a doggy diaper on. Like, I
Yeah.
got a kid in diapers. I don't know. But then sometimes I say this stuff and I'm like, is this one of those things where, like, adults look at other adults and they're like, you should not have had kids? Like, if you're not willing to properly
if you're
care
not
for them.
willing to do the right thing for it or whatever. I think we waited for Carl because they were like, get all the testosterone and shit. I mean, he didn't have a period or whatever,
No.
surprisingly. But this is why we're not allowed to have girl animals in our house because Brandon was like, I already have to deal with your period, which he doesn't have to deal with at all.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do with shit.
He doesn't have to deal with
Oh,
shit.
let me grace you with my presence.
Fucking right.
You're welcome. Deuces.
Came out of the fucking cave today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, what do you call a gigantic moose?
What?
Enormous.
I like it.
Anyway, that's my goddamn.
I fucking support it, and I'll be in your shoes shortly.
Yeah.
But with like a crazy ass dog.
Yeah.
Actually, she's just a lovable dog, though.
She is. She's so fluffy and calm.
She gets so much attention at the vet.
Yeah.
Literally, she jumped on some random dude, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, right when we walked in, because she's big and she thinks she's a
Yeah.
lap dog. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he was so happy. And he's like, this is literally the best part of my whole day. Because she like snuggles in, like, oh, you're mine now, you know?
Aw.
And she puts a little fucking cute little face on your shoulder and just looks at you like,
I just love you.
oh, I love her so much.
Oh, God. Okay. Go
Anyway, okay. So this week on episode 198, we are so close to episode 200.
So close.
No big deal. Anybody, everybody, all of you bodies,
All of the people. All
No.
of the bodies.
all of the bodies, no big deal. We are just 2 fucking episodes from episode 200.
That means we've been doing this for 4 years, roughly.
What? That math checks out.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, this week on episode 198, I am going to tell you about Shanda Scherer.
All right.
Now, this is a case that is actually pretty big when I looked into it, but I don't know how I motherfucking didn't hear of it, but I feel like I say that all the time.
Oh, yeah. Same.
So, if you've heard it, here's our take. So, Shanda was born in Pineville, Kentucky on June 6th, 1979.
All right.
Her parents divorced when she was young, and her mother remarried and divorced again. And it seems like that with each divorce, her family would move to a new city. But despite all of that, it sounds like she settled in pretty nicely with each one of her new schools. She was very involved in like cheerleading, softball, basketball. She had a lot of friends.
Nice.
You know, good all around American gal.
Yeah.
By middle school, she was living in New Albany, Indiana, and she was attending Hazelwood Junior High School.
Okay.
And in the fall semester of 1991, Shanda got in a fight with another classmate. What?
A little hood rat stuff?
A little hood rat. Shit.
Mama.
Yeah, get it, girl. So the classmate that she got in a fight with was a girl by the name of Amanda Heavrin. Now, Shanda and Amanda, they end up getting detention for this fight. And while they're serving detention together, they actually become friends. They're like, hey, a bonding moment.
Age-old story.
Yeah, you're actually pretty cool, man.
Yeah. You just take out a little frustration,
Yeah.
and then you're like, you know what? That was a great left hook back there.
Yeah. Actually, you got a solid clutch.
Can you teach me your uppercut?
Yeah. Ta-ta-ta. Okay, anyway. So back to Shanda. So Shanda and Amanda hanging out in detention. They become best friends, got a nice clutch, way to pull my hair. Let's hang out.
They were like, let's fucking join this shit up and call
Yeah.
us Shamanda.
Yeah, Shamanda. Shamanda. So now they become friends, they're hanging out, and eventually their friendship blossoms into a romantic relationship.
Ooh, so it was some extra sexual tension.
Yeah.
That initially started it. They're
Yeah.
like, why do I find you so attractive?
I'm going to punch you, and then let's make out.
It's like when you aggressively want to kiss a baby.
Yeah.
They're like,
I just fucking love you so much. Squeeze your face.
Yeah, and they didn't know how to express that at first, so they
Yeah.
fought.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. Which this is like in the 90s, so very progressive, right?
Yeah.
I guess not really. It's happening everywhere, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, but it was a different time. So their
Yeah.
parents could have been like, what the fuck? No.
Exactly.
How were they?
Exactly.
Oh, just like that?
Well, basically all the parents in this fucking story are all like, what the fuck? No. But I didn't really get into how the parents felt about their relationship.
Okay.
But I will tell you that Amanda has an ex-girlfriend. And that ex-girlfriend hears about this new sparking romance with Shanda and gets jealous.
Yeah.
Like, Amanda, what the fuck? I thought we were going out.
You said forever.
Yeah, forever. Forever,
Forever, ever.
So the ex-girlfriend, her name is Melinda Lovelace. Loveless.
Fucking foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing for sure. So Melinda was one of 3 siblings in her family, and her father was actually abusive towards the family, both verbally and sexually.
Ooh, oh no.
Not good.
Oh, I thought you were going to say physically. And I was
no.
like, okay.
Well, I mean, that is physical.
Well, true, but like...
Different kind of physicality.
You know, like, dad is abusive verbally and physically. Is like...
Yeah.
I don't know why in my brain... More like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
than, like
that's
verbally
acceptable.
and sexually. Like, not only are you going to call him a bitch,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you're also going to touch him? That's wrong. I mean, it's all wrong.
I got you. You don't have to backtrack. We know.
You know.
You saved it.
Abuse is wrong.
That's where we stand, guys, in case you're wondering.
If anyone's wondering my hot take.
Okay, so he's verbally and sexually abusive to the whole family, it sounds like.
Are they all girls?
I don't know, but there is at least one other sister.
Okay.
So there's 3 siblings, another sister.
And something
Yeah,
else.
someone. Anyway, people often said that when Melinda and her siblings would show up at their friends' homes, that they would show up often hungry, and it was very obvious that they weren't really cared for at home.
Oh, that sucks.
There's a ton more background on her household. Sounds like her parents were fucking swingers and going to bars and all this other shit that honestly sounds pretty fun, but was not conducive to a family life. And like I said, the father was an asshole. So, you know.
And yeah.
Yeah.
You can be a swinger, but like don't bring your kids into that shit.
Right. So there's actually 2 accounts that say that one time her father fired a gun at her 7-year-old sister, intentionally missing her. Like just like a warning shot, pow pow, to scare the shit out of her.
That'll do it.
That'll fucking do it. And then another time he was, I don't know if this is like a common event or if it happened once, but he like smelled the girls' used underwear
Ew.
in front of company to embarrass the girls.
That's not going to embarrass the girls.
That's weird.
That's embarrassing you.
Yeah, and
Wrong.
making everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like, joke's on you, dude. I sharted in that shit.
Right?
Welcome to the world of pink eye, motherfucker.
Ew.
That's going to be my tagline if I were ever.
Welcome to the world of pink eye, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And they'd be like, that's not relevant at all. And I'd be like, I know. I just like it. Like the way it rolls off the tongue. So the dad's off his motherfucking rocker.
Yeah.
So one day, Melinda's mom actually caught her father spying on Melinda and a friend.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Melinda's mom caught the father or her father?
Her father. Well,
own father?
like Melinda's father.
Okay.
Her husband.
Okay.
Melinda's mom's husband,
Got it.
a.k.a. Melinda's dad.
Yeah.
They're all living in the same house. Melinda's dad's creeping on Melinda and her friend, and Melinda's mom catches him creeping. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what he's creeping in on.
Ew.
But it was enough for Melinda's mom to say, not today, motherfucker. And she got out a knife and started fucking stabbing him.
Oh, shit. What?
Oh, shit is right. And he ends up being hospitalized, but he survives the attack. But because of this abuse and the continued abuse, Melinda's mom attempted suicide on more than one occasion.
God damn.
So pretty dark childhood.
Yeah.
So that's a little background on Melinda there.
Okay.
And through all of this, Melinda eventually met and befriended another girl by the name of Lori Tackett.
Okay.
I'm about to tell you about a lot of people, so hang on to your
Apparently.
seats. So we got Melinda. We have Lori Tackett, who is now Melinda's friend. Mm-hmm. Now, Lori grew up in a very religious household, and it's said that one time while she was at a friend's house playing with a Ouija board or something like that, her mom found out, came in, freaked the fuck out, burned the board, like destroyed it, and was like, you're never allowed to come here again. This house needs an exorcism. Like,
Sounds
very...
like some shit you would do.
I
Is it
used to
dramatic
play...
or is it just you?
Let's play a game. I used to play Ouija board
Yeah, I
when
did
I was
too.
younger.
But I feel like now, if you found out that your kid was doing it, you'd be like, Aaron! And then you'd come over and fucking destroy my board in the appropriate way. Because I still have one. They
No,
will
I
play
wouldn't
with
destroy it. I would just sage it a lot and be like, ooh, okay.
it. Okay.
You know, ooh, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll find out in like 7 years.
Yeah, we'll see. I feel like my kid is too good. Not that it's a
To
bad
what,
thing.
summon demons?
Not that it's a bad thing, but I think he'd be too afraid. Like, he's too much of like a sheltered, like, oh, I don't want to do anything that's scary.
My baby girl will get them too.
Yeah.
She'll get your baby boy to do it.
Yeah. She'll get the younger one. The younger one, fuck yeah, he probably needs an exorcism himself.
He's like, actually, here's how you open it.
Yeah. I bind you, Stacy. Anyway, okay, so she's very religious, doesn't believe in all the shit, and is like, oh no, get this out away from my sweet baby child.
Yeah.
And obviously, Lori's going to rebel, as all teenagers do. And so she becomes fascinated by the occult. And she would claim to be a
Wiccan.
No, she would claim that she was possessed by a vampire named Deanna.
It's not a great name. Not a great vampire name.
For a vampire, yeah.
Yeah, like
Deanna.
it doesn't do anything for me. Not like, I don't know, Lymeria.
Oh, whoa. Lemuria, is that what you said?
Lymeria. Like the dog, you know. They get it. Or like Lucinda.
Yeah, Lucinda. I think that's just close to Lucifer, so, we like that. Anyway, so...
Just loose.
Yeah, I like it.
Deanna.
All right, listen, you're going pretty hard on Deanna over here.
Well, I mean, like, that's your mom's name. I mean, not your mom, but like...
Yeah, I got you. Like, it's not a very vampiric kind of
No,
name.
exactly. Yeah. It's like, I'm a vampire, Brenda.
I never met a vampire named Brenda, I'll tell you that much.
Spooky.
Yeah. Well, Brenda, tone it down. How long you been alive for? 100 years? That's not even a lot. It's not even a lot.
Young-ass vampires.
Yeah, Brenda. All right, so she's possessed by Deanna the vampire.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And she started to take an interest in girls instead of boys, obviously.
And so her mom was like, that's the devil talking.
Yeah, precisely. And one of the gals that she was dating was into self-harm and introduced that to Lori.
Okay.
So Lori went as far as to deeply slash her wrists one time and ended up with her staying in the hospital and getting like a psych evaluation and being put on medication and all this other shit.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Now Lori, remember, is friends with Melinda, right?
Yeah.
And Melinda is
Amanda's ex.
Yes. I was like, did I say the name yet? Is Amanda's ex. So just to keep us all along here.
Yeah.
Now, Lori had another childhood friend that also partook in the self-harm, and her name was Hope Ripley.
Okay.
Now, Hope didn't have nearly as troubled of a childhood as the other gals, but her parents considered Lori to be a bad influence to Hope. Obviously, like they're self-harming together. Lori thinks she's a vampire, all this other shit.
Well, at least the parents are paying attention.
Yeah, at least those parents are paying attention. And then we have Hope has another friend named Tony Lawrence.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these are all the names. So Hope and Tony Lawrence are friends.
Okay.
Hope's friends.
Is Tony a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Okay.
Hope is friends with Lori, and Lori's friends with Melinda. Okay. Now, Tony was sexually abused as a child, and although she was sent to counseling, she too would participate in self-harm. And so now you have this group of like 4 friends who had a rough childhood, participate in self-harm, and it sounds like they were kind of in and out of trouble and just fucking a rough crowd. But like Hope and Tony didn't know Melinda.
Okay.
They know Lori, who is friends with Melinda.
Yes.
Okay, we got the picture?
Yes.
Okay, so
We need a fucking whiteboard in here with a
seriously,
pointer.
I knew this was going to happen, so I'm trying really hard to paint the picture. So now we're back to Shanda and Amanda and their budding relationship, and we've got the jealous ex-Melinda. Once Melinda caught wind that Shanda and Amanda were hooking up or whatever, she started showing up at school dances and started fights with Shanda. Was like, yo, that's my girl.
Okay.
And Melinda didn't really like Shanda and viewed her as a threat.
Oh, she didn't
obviously.
really like her.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I could have written right there. Like, obviously, she didn't like her.
Yeah.
She was a threat.
Yeah.
She didn't like her so much so that she started talking to all of her friends that she knew and was like, all of her friends that she knew. Why do I do this?
It's just, your brain is fried.
Struggle.
She started doing the average teenage girl thing where she's like, that girl, she sucks.
Yeah,
and
but she was
a
like
whore.
worse than she sucks and she's a whore. She's like, I'm going to fucking kill her.
Oh, geez. Well,
Yeah. Next level.
that is next level.
But also, if you think about it, all of her friends are like into vampires and like cutting themselves and shit. So maybe that's not as like alarming as you would think that it would sound to like if you came to me and you're like, I'm going to kill so-and-so.
Yeah. I mean, I was in that group of people at the beginning of high school and like middle school, kind of. I was in that group of like weird fucking kids and all that. And then remember Brandon's ex-girlfriend, who I fucking still for some reason. There's nothing against her. She's a perfectly fine person, I'm sure. But like, it's that teenage girl thing. Like, I hate you still.
Like,
We
I
broke
don't
up
even- I know-
before I was around.
Yeah, I know nothing about you, but I hate you.
Yeah.
But she's walking around talking about she's going to kill Shanda.
No, I think the worst. You know the worst I ever said about her.
I know the worst you ever said, and it really wasn't that bad.
It really wasn't that bad.
But
Now looking
also-
back, I'm like, you're dumb.
I wonder if she's like, no, I'm going to fucking kill her, or if she's like, I could kill her. You know, like,
One of
bitch, I'm going to
those.
kill you. You ain't nothing but a slut to me. Yeah.
Exactly like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So Shanda's parents were hearing about all of this drama and all of these girl fights and shit that were going on, and that like Shanda kept getting involved in, and they decided to move her from her junior high school into a Catholic school.
Oh, that'll fix her.
The power of Christ will compel her ass. I'll tell you that much.
Tell you right now. Did they care about Amanda?
I don't know.
Or were
So-
they trying to get her away from Amanda and the drama?
It could be. It could be
Yeah.
that they were like, oh my God, you can't date a girl. You need to go to Catholic school.
Yeah.
Or it could be they were like, fuck, man, you just got to go to another school. But remember, Shanda has jumped around to a lot of schools in her childhood now.
Okay.
But she keeps fitting in pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
But that's hard.
That's rough, yeah.
Okay, so now that I've set the stage, let's jump into the night of the crime that I would like to talk about.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. Is January 10th, 1992.
Oh.
Lori, Hope, and Tony, they all go over to Melinda's house. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, Hope and Tony didn't know Melinda, but Lori does. So Lori's like, hey, Hope and Tony, come with me. We're going to go to my friend Melinda's house.
Yeah.
And they're just going to hang out.
Braid
And
each other's hair.
Yep, braid each other's hair. By the way, between all the girls, they're between the ages of like 15 and 17.
Okay.
Now,
Maybe do a little scarification.
yeah, you don't know. Write the word fuck on your arm.
Yeah. See where the night takes us.
Yeah. So Lori brings them to Melinda's house. And while there, Melinda shows them a knife and says that they're all going to go over to Shanda's house, who was 12 at the time, mind you. All of this. I guess I should have said that in the beginning. She's 12.
Oh, I thought they were like...
They're in like middle school.
Oh, no. I thought they were like high school kids. Not that that makes it better or different or anything, but like... It's kind of different.
Yeah, it is kind of different, huh? And the plan is that they're going to scare her with this knife, right? Like, we're going to go over to Shanda's house and we're going to scare her.
Yeah.
And this is what Melinda's telling the other girls. And the other girls are like, oh, okay,
Whatever.
whatever.
I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, vampires ain't afraid of knives.
Hey, Deanna, why don't you get over here?
Yeah, come on over, Deanna.
I summon thee.
Now, Lori, Hope, and Tony, they've never met Shanda. They don't know
Yeah.
who she is. They're just going along with it for Melinda's sake. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, we're hanging out with Melinda. Melinda wants us to go scare this chick. Let's go.
Well,
We-
it's... Oh, you hate her? We all hate her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Teenage girls are a powerful force.
They really are. They're fucking monsters.
Yeah.
I know, because I was one.
Exactly. I can speak on it because we're terrible.
Yeah, I've been there. I've done terrible things.
Not that, though. Not this.
No,
Not
this.
wherever this is going.
So they're just all going along with the plan, right?
Yeah.
So they all hop into, I think it was Lori's car, and they go to Shanda's house. And along the way, they get lost and they end up stopping at a McDonald's and they ask for directions. Like, I'm fucking.
Do you know where Shanda lives?
Probably. Oh my gosh. So they get to Shanda's house eventually, and it's before dark time. Before the dark time? Before the sun sets?
It was before Deanna took over Lori's body.
Yeah, before the vampires summoned for the night. So they get to Shanda's house. It's not dark yet, but it almost is.
dusk?
It's dusk,
Ooh.
not twilight. And Melinda tells Hope and Tony to go knock on the door of Shanda's house and introduce themselves as Amanda's friends and say that Amanda is waiting for you at, quote, the witch's castle, which I guess was some old stone house in the middle of nowhere that overlooked the Ohio River that like the locals knew about, like the local kids. Yeah. So now, because Hope and Tony don't know Shanda, Shanda's not going to know that they're not really friends with Amanda. So it's the perfect little ruse to get her to come along with them.
Yeah.
So they knock on the door, and Shanda is like, hi. And they explain, like, hey, Amanda wants to hang out with you at the witch's castle. You just have to come with us. And Shanda's like, okay, well, like, that sounds fun and all, but
But like Amanda's here.
wouldn't that be funny? No, she was like, I'm 12 and my parents aren't going to let me go with you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to come back after my parents are asleep and then I'll come with you. So the group of girls leave and they end up attending some punk rock show with a band by the name of Sunspring, which doesn't sound very punk rocky.
Yeah.
Sunspring!
Totally.
And then eventually they leave and they end up back at Shanda's house, and it's like 12:30 at night.
Okay.
So they eventually get Shanda to come out to the car while Melinda is hiding in the back seat with a blanket over her so that, like, Shanda can't see Melinda. Because obviously she knows who Melinda is at this point because Melinda keeps trying to fight her ass.
Yeah.
So Shanda's in the car, not suspecting shit. And as soon as they start to drive off, and Hope is driving at this point, as soon as they start to drive off, Hope starts questioning Shanda about her relationship with Amanda. And while she's answering the questions, Melinda just fucking pops out of the backseat with a knife and holds it to Shanda's throat. Like, this escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did.
And
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Anyway, so Melinda jumps out, puts the knife to Shanda's throat and starts asking her about Amanda. Like, what's going on? How deep is your relationship? All this other crazy
deep.
shit. So deep, man.
We are one soul, two bodies.
Yeah, you wouldn't even understand with your own soul.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, get out of here with that. Oh, my God. And so as she's holding the knife to her throat, she starts scaring Shanda with this information about, like, oh, I'm going to take you to this witch's castle. And this is where 9 witches were burned to death by, like, the townsfolk and all this other stuff, which I don't know if any of that's true. But she was just, you know, Shanda's 12. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to go there. That sounds creepy. And kept saying shit like, there's dead bodies in this house. You're going to be the next dead body, that kind of stuff.
Wow, she sounds kind of like a bitch.
She sounds awful.
Yeah.
Right? So they get to the old house and pull up and they get Shanda inside and they tie her up by her legs and her arms.
Oh, God.
And Melinda just starts fucking punching her a bunch and like bashing her face into her knee. And Shanda's got braces, so it's like busting up her mouth. Yeah.
First of all,
yeah.
Rude.
So rude.
That's expensive.
Okay. It just hurts.
That too.
I feel like it should be like, if you have braces, it's like a universal agreed upon, like, I'm not going to pop you in the mouth.
Right. Like, your mouth has already gone through enough torture.
Yeah. That's like kicking somebody when they're down, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so Melinda's in there beating the crap out of Shanda. Shanda's on the ground, and Melinda's like grabbing her hair and is like, oh, this is such pretty hair. I wonder what you would look like if I chopped it all off. Like, being fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And Shanda's crying.
Also, is this supposed to make Amanda love you again?
I am not quite sure, because what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
I think she just literally has a hatred for Shanda, and it's gotten so out of control that she's probably even lost sight of what the fuck she's even doing.
Yeah.
Like, she's just going out of control.
Like, what's the end goal here?
don't
Amanda's not going to be
know.
like, oh, now I see it.
You have proven your love for me.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, too, Melinda started dating somebody else. Like, it wasn't even that, like, Melinda and Amanda cut it off. It's that Melinda started dating somebody else. Yeah. So you can't even be mad, bro.
Yeah.
But she
Melinda
was.
just sounds like she has some issues to work out.
Well, she does. She's the one where, like, her dad was, like, fucking smelling her underwear and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So she didn't have quite the best childhood.
Oh, it's pretty fucked up.
So she's being taunted, tortured, whatever in this house. I think Lori goes out to the car and gets a T-shirt or some shit, brings it inside and sets it on fire. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. And then they're like, okay, this is actually
And
getting
now
out
I
of hand.
have a raven's claw.
Yeah. And poor Shanda's like tied up, like, what the fuck is going on here?
How'd they tie her up?
With a rope,
Oh, did they bring it?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, everybody's got rope, right?
I don't.
I don't either.
I was like, do they?
So after they light the fire in the house, they all get concerned that that's going to draw some attention to like any.
You just lit the house on fire, you
yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro? And so they all pile into the car. They bring Shanda with her, and they drive off.
Okay. Well, at least they bring Shanda.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, is it though? Because
guess
I'm sure Shanda
not.
was like, I'd rather just fucking figure out how to escape this than
Yeah.
what's actually going to happen the rest of this time.
All right, fair.
So the whole time, Shanda's like begging for her life, like saying, let me go. And they're obviously not doing that. Mm-hmm. Melinda ordered Shanda to take off her bra while they're driving and then like hands it over to Hope. And Hope takes her bra off and puts on Shanda's bra. I don't know what that means or why, but it's creepy. So
Maybe
I
because
mentioned
it was like a nice one.
like you got a Victoria's Secret pink bra?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
just $40.
Yeah.
My parents won't buy that for me.
Yeah.
I have to get my bras from Target.
But also a 12-year-old switching bras with like a 15-year-old. Maybe there's not that much difference. There was for me.
There wouldn't be any kind of difference for me. Like, don't even need to wear a bra.
Literally between 13 and 14, I was like, shit. Guys,
Something
nothing
happened.
fits.
Something has happened. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea why. Other than it just feels like a power struggle or something creepy to do, you know? Like, come over here.
It's like
give me your clothes.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're fucking with somebody's like comfort or vulnerability.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird. Now, surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, they get lost again while they're driving around.
Fucking women, you know?
So
Shanda's like, actually, you're gonna have to take a left.
Yeah, I can help you get out of this if you would just like, untie me. I could drive us to safety.
How'd she get her bra off?
Maybe they took her bra off for her. I don't really know. It
Still,
just says
with your
like
arms tied. You'd be like, what are you gonna do with it?
maybe they untied her. And they're like, take off your bra. It was like she was ordered to take her bra off. So now they stop for directions. They stop at a gas station and they ask for directions. And this actually happens a few times. And sometime there's some dudes at the gas station and the girls are flirting with them, but they're hiding Shanda in the backseat of the car the whole time this is happening. So she doesn't really get a chance to escape. They eventually come to a stop at the edge of some woods that are near Lori's house.
Okay.
So Lori knows the area. And she leads Melinda and Shanda to some abandoned building where all good things happen.
Yeah. Why are there so many abandoned places in
We're
this
in
town?
fucking Indiana or some shit now. So
I was like, Ohio.
it overlooks the Ohio River.
Oh, that's what it was.
Now, like I said, it's Lori leading Melinda and Shanda, but Hope and Tony, they're like, I'm fucking creeped out. I'm just going to hang out at the car here.
Yeah.
So they stay back at the car.
Yeah. Well, and Hope and Tony were like, I don't really know anything that's going on up there.
Yeah, this is a little much, guys.
Yeah.
So Lori and Melinda forced Shanda to undress in this abandoned building down to just her underwear. I mean, I don't think she has a bra, but just her undies. And Melinda continues to beat her up.
Okay.
Melinda then takes out her knife and slashes Shanda's throat.
Oh, no.
But the knife was too dull to do any like permanent damage.
Permanent.
But well, like any serious damage, it was like scratching her or something, or not cutting deep enough to actually like kill her, which
God.
which is what Melinda's intention is. So they call Hope in from the car. They're like, "Hey, you got to come in here and you have to help hold Shanda down." So Hope's in holding Shanda down, and then Melinda and Lori take the knife and they take turns stabbing Shanda.
And Hope is like,
With the dull knife.
Fucking did not sign up for this.
Well, I don't know. I guess she was just going along for the ride. Like, I don't know if it's because she wants to impress her friends or peer pressure or whatever, but she's holding her down.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So then they take a piece of rope and they strangle Shanda until she passes out.
Oh, my God.
They pick up her body and they put her in the trunk of a car. And they drive to Lori's house because they're close by, right?
Yeah.
So Lori gets everybody inside and all the girls get cleaned up because 3 of them are covered in blood and shit.
Yeah.
And while they're changing, they hear screaming coming from the trunk of the car because Shanda's not dead.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? That's terrible.
And so now Tony is like, you know what, guys? I'm really out this time.
I'd like to leave now.
Yeah.
No, not at all. That would have been smart. I'm sure Tony is regretting all of her life choices. But because Shanda's not dead, Lori goes out with a paring knife, pops open the trunk, and starts stabbing her all over again a bunch of times.
Oh, my God.
Closes the trunk, because now Shanda's dead, and goes back inside to go clean up.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck, guys? You had multiple opportunities to bail on this plan.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, Melinda and Lori, they hop back in the car and they just go aimlessly driving around. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot. They finished off the night with Lori deciding to read everybody's future using rune stones. Fun.
You're going to go to prison?
Yeah, you're
going to go to prison?
Yeah.
You're going to be in a cold room, mostly filled with gray stuff. Your outfits are all going to be orange, and you're going to be there for a long
There's gonna
time.
be a toilet without a door.
You're going to find yourself using the bathroom in front of people for the rest of your life. Weird futures, guys.
I feel like this is very accurate. Yeah, so they do that. It's like 2:30 in the morning or something like that.
It's like one of these.
Yeah, one of those fortune tellers
Yeah,
that you
little
fold up, the
paper
origami
fortune
ones.
tellers.
Yeah. Oh my God.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prison.
Try 6. Prison again.
Oh, wouldn't you know it?
Okay, so after reading fortunes and shit, Tony and Hope are like, you know what? I'm ready for bed. This has been a night. But Melinda and Lori are like, fuck that shit. Let's hop in the car and just go driving around aimlessly and do fucking nothing. And so they do that.
Teenage
and as
shit, man. I get it.
I know, right? There's nothing else to do. I don't want to go to bed yet.
I miss that.
I know, me too.
Not with like a body in your trunk or anything, but
right?
like
It seems like a bad idea.
maybe with like a bottle of alcohol in your trunk.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And you're like, let's go find an abandoned warehouse.
And just drink in it and then figure out how we're getting home later. Mm-hmm. Well, so they're driving around with a body in their trunk. They're doing nothing. They're driving aimlessly, and they start to hear gurgling sounds coming from the trunk because Shanda's not dead.
God damn, Shanda's got a will to live.
She literally fights for her motherfucking life. And like, how horrific. She's been in there for hours, just slowly bleeding out, dying. A slow,
Also,
painful death.
a paring knife is like this long.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. Like, come on, people. Like, this is the fucking
Not to
most
tell you how
botched.
to do your job,
Yeah.
but like,
But do it better.
you chose a dull knife and then you were like, let's get one that can barely scratch the surface.
Oh my God. It'll do damage though, but then they made it a painful death. I don't know if that was their intention or what.
Well,
but
that's fucking horrific.
isn't it? All right. So they're driving around, they hear the gurgling, and they pull over because they're like, fuck, this isn't good.
Yeah.
So they pop the trunk open, and Shanda just fucking bolts up, sitting up, but she can't speak. Her eyes are like rolling in the back of her head, and she's just making gurgly sounds.
Oh, God.
Gurgling sounds. It scares the fuck out of Melinda and Lori. So
That scares them?
that I'm sure
Not themselves?
that would scare the fuck out of me. Like you think they're dead or something, and you're like, oh no, and then you
Oh.
pop it, and they're like, whoa, they come out fighting.
Now it's just a zombie.
Yeah. Oh my God. Literally. So then Lori grabs a tire iron
Jesus Christ.
and bashes Shanda over and over again in the head until she felt Shanda's head cave in.
Oh, God.
This poor 12-year-old girl
Oh, my God.
was just looking to go hang out with her girlfriend in the woods for a fun night, and she's being tortured. Then Lori tells Melinda to, quote, smell it, referring to Shanda's bashed in head.
Ew, why?
Well, I don't fucking know why any of this. They're all crazy.
You know what that probably was? It was probably Deanna being like, does that smell good to you?
Oh, maybe. Good point. Like a vampire. Like, smell the fresh blood.
Ew, that's fucking gross, though.
It's so gross. The girls then sexually assaulted Shanda over and over again using the tire iron
What
for
the
several
fuck?
hours.
What the fuck?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep. Now, just so you know, a little bit of a spoiler alert, Shanda's still alive. She's not dead. I don't know how.
Oh, my God.
I don't know how. But she's still, like, physically alive, breathing. I don't know how coherent she is. I don't know how any of this stuff.
I hope not coherent.
I hope not at all. They then drive around some more, and they end up back at Lori's house, where they proceed to go inside and tell Hope and Tony about what they have done to Shanda. Like, oh, you'll never believe what happened to me. And then we bash her head in. She's for sure dead now.
Ugh.
And they're like giggling about it and bragging about it. And the giggling is so loud that it wakes up Lori's mom. And Lori's mom is pissed. Like, yo, Lori, I did not say you could have all these girlfriends over. Like, you need to get the fuck out of the house. You need to send them home. It's like 9:30 in the morning now.
Oh, God.
So she's like, your friends need to go home. You didn't ask me if you could have a sleepover. Get the fuck
Also,
out.
why does it smell like pennies in here?
Why are you covered in blood?
Yeah.
No, they had cleaned up. So, like, the mom has no idea that there's a dead girl in the trunk of her daughter's car.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, in the fucking driveway. She's just like, you need to send the girls home. So Lori's like, okay, I'll drive them home. And they all pile in the car. And on the drive, they stop at the gas station and they fill up a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, like an empty 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. They fill it up with gasoline. Mm-hmm. And they drive out to the middle of fucking nowhere, like the side of a road, and they pop the trunk open. And Shanda's still in there, still alive, not dead.
Do they know that she's alive?
I don't know. I think they keep thinking that she's dead, but she's not.
Yeah.
So then Hope grabs a random ass bottle of Windex and sprays Shanda with the Windex and says, quote, you're not looking so hot now, are you? End quote.
Hope did that?
Hope does. So this just goes to show, like, these girls are literally in deep with the, like, rolling deep with your bestie kind
Yeah.
of thing. Even though they don't even know Melinda. They only know Lori. Like, these are all,
Jesus.
this is the first time they're all fucking hanging out with Melinda and they're all like, yeah, let's fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, let's commit murder, arson,
And they're
fucking
15 and
torture.
17. You know at this point that you're doing something terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Melinda, Hope, and Tony then pull Shanda out of the trunk. They wrap her in a blanket and they throw her on the ground and they pour the gasoline all over her and set her on fire.
Jesus.
They literally burned her alive. It eventually kills her. Like, Shanda dies from being burned alive.
Oh, my God.
It's now January 11th, right? Like the next day.
Yeah.
And the girls head back to McDonald's to have some breakfast before they're getting dropped off at their houses. And while they're eating breakfast, they're all laughing and joking, talking about how Shanda looked like what their sausage patties looked like in their breakfast.
What the fuck?
What is wrong with people? Like,
Also, I'm never going to look at that the same.
I will just toss it out on my memory bank forever. But like, what? Why? How would you eat then? Like, this is next level psycho shit.
Yeah. Like, that's not appetizing then.
No, but they think they're being cute and funny and like, promiscuous.
Ugh.
Lori then drops everyone off at their respective homes, but brings Melinda back to her house. And throughout the day, the girls still kind of like chat and brag to all their friends about how they killed Shanda. Yeah.
All their friends?
All their friends. Like calling people up. Like, hey, guess what?
Remember how I was beefing with Shanda?
I killed her. Got her.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like openly talking about it. They even tell Amanda. And Amanda comes over because she doesn't believe them. Is like, whatever. Amanda comes over and Lori pops her trunk and shows all the blood and shit inside of there. And then Amanda immediately gets freaked the fuck out and leaves. And is like, yeah, I fucking believe you now. And Melinda
then called the police?
No, Melinda gives Amanda a kiss goodbye and is like, please don't tell anyone. And Amanda's like, I'm not going to tell anyone. Now, I don't know if it's like, oh my God, you proved your love for me. I'm not going to tell anyone. Or if it's more like, holy fucking shit, I don't want to be next. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Either way, not good.
Yeah.
So later that day, on the 11th, two brothers go hunting and they noticed a burning body on the side of the road. They call the police and an investigation is opened because the body is so badly burned that they can't identify it. They just know it's a child, like the body of a child. And they had assumed at first that it was like due to drugs, like a drug deal gone wrong or something like that. But there were no identifying things left on her body that they could use to tell that this was Shanda.
Oh, God, because they had taken all of her clothes and stuff.
Yeah. And meanwhile, back at Shanda's house, her family wakes up to notice she's not there. They call around, ask all her friends. Nobody knows where she is. And by the end of the 11th, they have filed a missing persons report for Shanda.
Oh, my God. I wonder if they called Amanda.
I don't know.
And they're like, she's like, oh.
Yeah, and Amanda's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fucking scary.
Oh, my God, it's horrifying. So obviously it doesn't take the police long to track down who murdered Shanda. They're going around telling everybody what they did.
Yeah.
And Melinda and Lori, they eventually get, they're tried, all this other shit. I don't really go that much into it, but they get 60 years in prison.
60 years, that's it?
That's it.
I guess they were children.
Yeah, they were underage. But here's the thing. Lori was released in 2018 after only serving 26 years.
Oh, my God.
Melinda was released in 2019 after only serving, 26 and a half years, whatever.
Why'd they get released?
I don't know. Just fucking good behavior. I'm not quite
parole?
Sure. Yeah,
25?
it was parole. And then, they had 1 year of parole or something. But it wasn't, they did not serve their full 60 years. I'm sure they appealed and some other shit. I didn't read all that crap because what the fuck ever. They did this horrible thing.
What are they doing now?
Well, I don't really know. But they just got out, so they're probably laying low for a little bit. Hope was given 35 years because she testified against Tony in her trial.
She testified against Tony?
Yeah.
Tony didn't do as much shit.
Not at all. But I guess 35 years was a lesser sentence than what she was facing because she was probably facing 60 years also.
Yeah.
But she didn't actually do any stabbing, but she helped hold Shanda down and all that. Now, Tony was given 25 years because she pled guilty to one count of criminal confinement and she got the full sentencing of 25 years. Wow. But here's what happens with Tony. She only ends up serving 9 years and Hope only served for 14. So even though they were sentenced to what the maximum could have been for each of their charges and shit, none of them served the full time. Which is so fucked up, but also they're young, but still you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing and all that. I'm a little bit more lenient towards Hope and Tony, especially Tony, just because it's
It sounds like she got wrapped in.
Yeah,
didn't do anything.
Tony didn't even know Lori, She was just kind of fucking there. She didn't plan this shit. She wasn't whatever.
She didn't hold anybody down.
Granted,
she didn't stop anything.
She didn't stop anything, and she could have gotten away or put a stop to it, or just fucking left or whatever the entire time
at any point,
or called the police the next day
at any point.
Yeah. But I'm a little bit more lenient towards it because that's got to be a scary fucking situation for a 15-year-old to be in.
For sure. You don't know that you have that power to stop this.
Yeah.
You think you're just surviving.
Yeah.
And maybe she was. We don't really know exactly how that all went down, but fuck.
But Melinda and Lori, fuck you guys.
Yeah. 26 years and then they're just out. They're out now. They're in their 40s, early 40s. It's the prime of their life.
Ugh.
I only get to say that because...
Because we're almost there.
It's coming around the corner,
That's not old.
That's so young. And by the way, this has been featured on Law and Order, Cold Case, Dr. Phil. It's been everywhere over the years. So it's a pretty well-known case.
Oh my God, I hadn't heard it.
I hadn't either. And that's fucking horrific.
That is terrifying.
I can't believe it went so far so many times. Like, it had so many chances to, like...
Just kidding.
Yeah, like, oh, well, let's get her medical help. Or let's just leave her somewhere for somebody to help her.
Drop her off at her doorstep, you know?
Yeah. 12 is so young and so little. Also, it's weird because, like, 12 and 15, that's a pretty big age gap at those ages.
Yeah. Like, they're both young, but at the same time, when I was 15, I feel like I knew a lot more than when I was 12.
Yeah.
You know?
Certainly.
Like, I wasn't quite as naive and trusting and whatever. Like, you're a very different person.
For sure. You're like more, you know more about the world.
Yeah.
You know not to jump in the car with crazies. Although I probably would have jumped in the car with crazies.
I probably would have jumped in the car with randoms if they knew my boyfriend, girlfriend's name or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, cool, let's go.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
new friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have too. Anyway, so that's my fucking story. If you want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com. And while you're there, go check out our merch. Erin put some new merch up.
I did. And I'm working on getting all the rest of the shit up that you guys have from the fun stuff from CrimeCon. So I'll put that shit on social media at some point when I figure it out. But otherwise, there's new merch designs on the merch site.
Yeah. You got a crow design. We got like a creepy goosey bumpsy looking logo design and also a skull design.
Yeah.
Go check them out. You'll love them. They're awesome.
You might.
I'm wearing one right now.
You are.
It's the crow one. You can't really see it, but that's okay. You'll see it when I get up. Also, if you want to join us on Patreon, we're on Patreon.
It's just a lemon.
Oh my God, I thought somebody was knocking at the door. That scared the shit out of me. Come join us on Patreon. Come support your favorite podcast. We have different tiers, different shit at each tier. Lots of extra content. If you're like, man, I'm bored, I want something to do, you get access to all the back content and everything. So come join us. Mm-hmm. Also join us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. Come join the goddamn pod group on Facebook before it gets fucking banned for life, because we keep getting a ton of group updates that we are too aggressive from posts that were made 3 years ago on a silly meme that we all thought was funny. But just so you know, come join us while you can.
Might be closing. It's exclusive.
Yeah, it's very exclusive. We'll have to create a 2.0. Keep revving that shit. Oh, my God. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com or snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And that is all we have for you today, my friends. Until next week. Toodaloo, motherfucker!